to the boss, it seems like if I need to recuperate from my leave, I see it normally accommodates. And eventually, I stick it right there and keep working on that.
True. So that could happen as well. Sometimes they just pile on more work in work. I don't want to tell you what the Trinidad saying is on that. So, I mean, if I put it, sometimes they in Trinidad, like for people who, I guess, public service or even private sector, they would say that the donkey is always getting most work. You all there? So if you finish the work, then they're going to put more work on you, and you will continually keep getting more work. Yeah, the reward for work is more work. Sometimes you see that happen as well.
A suggestion to the group here is one way in which I approach my work, because I don't get 7 days the vacation at one point. Unless it's very important, then I get that time off, not as vacation. So what I do in my daily activity, every hour, other than my lunch break, I appoint 5 minutes for myself. That I complete a set of work, take 5 minutes, go on my phone if I need to check my messages, take a walk, go to the window.
Take time out, yeah.
Water, come back.
Yeah. You take periodic breaks in between.
Yes.
So that's good advice as well to help you maximize the efficiency. For mental health, yeah. All right. So I see it's already 4:13. I haven't done anything in time in thing. So just in terms of the tools, some people in terms of monitoring their tasks, some people might just use a notebook, pen and paper. I use Excel. That's me. I am an Excel person, so I tend to use that to monitor my tasks, to order them and to structure them. Some people use apps on their phone or on their computers to actually monitor and log their tasks. In terms of scheduling, if you're a busy person with a lot of meetings and stuff like that, like I use like the Gmail calendar for monitoring all my meetings, right? So people have different ways. Some people use a calendar planner, which is like a desk calendar planner. You have different things that you could use to help you block off your time and manage the time that you have. Anybody uses anything different? Or what do you all use?
Right? I basically use something like a messaging app.
Right.
I pre-schedule it to message me. It's like a reminder.
A reminder, right.
Like your, what is this notebook?
Outlook or?
Outlook, sorry. Yes, I use that also.
Right. Now, I was going to give you all this as an exercise, but we're going to hold off on this. This is something I want you all to consider if you're not doing it already. Usually, what you should do is look at your activities for the day, either the night before or very early in the morning. Usually, I tend to recommend doing the night before. Plan out your activities for the next day. Right, so I was going to give you all an exercise to try to list out the activities that you have to do. Maybe you put like 5 or maybe up to 8 activities. And if I show you all my activity list, I would probably do like 15, 20 things in a day now. But the thing is, you're going to start small and build up in terms of the things that you need to get done. You all there? And you may have ways to delegate off stuff. So I'll show you like an activity list I had for yesterday. But what you want to do is put a prioritization column to that list, right? So which of the things are urgent, which of the things are important, and which of the things are more like maintenance type activities, you all there? Then what you normally do is put in like a sequence or order column in that list. So I normally do my stuff in Excel. I would list out everything, put in the priorities, right? Then put a sequence column, which thing I'm going to do first, second, third, fourth. And I'll show you my list to explain why I do it that way. Then you all could probably try something like that. And then as I get things done, I have another column. So the column will have done. If I couldn't get something done today because maybe something else came up in the day, I would put rule, you all there. Or maybe if it wasn't so important altogether, I get somebody else handling it, then I would put what? Dropped, everybody there, or delegated. So this is an exercise that you all could do in terms of your daily time management. So let me just show you all a list like I had for yesterday. I want to get into Explorer. All right. Sure.
From the first program that we had, right? Already in January, I gave some information on the back of my comment, and what has become the challenge is that whatever we learn here, everything seems nice and okay. We can list all our goals and everything that we want to achieve for a day. When you go into a community, you go to society where it's a total difference. You go to the realistic world where everything is total different. For example, you go to the mosque, you have so many things characterized that you want to do. And then you feel as if you're the only person that is actually making these plans. And then after a period of time, as you go by, you become discouraged because the people around you don't have people to motivate you. And these are all the plans that this is a realistic world we're living in. And not all of us are on the same level. And so going back to expose those areas, this is where we're being affected. These are some of the problems we have. We have everything there, all the information there, and to put it into effect.
All right.
This is the challenges that you have.
All right, so everybody's situation will be different. What I'm showing you here is real. This is what I actually had to do for yesterday. This is the plan that I had. And this is how I went about implementing. Some of it would have been masjid-related things. Not everybody in the Jamaat would have challenges. There's no Jamaat, I don't think, in the country or in the Caribbean that doesn't have their shared challenges. Right? So you will have people to work with. You will have people issues. You need to work around that, right? So for example, yesterday when I started off, or the day before, the night before, these were some of the things I had to do. A lot of them is work-related stuff, right? So I market seminars. I had to email out the seminars that I had to people. Now I would try to do that early in the morning. Anybody could tell me why? During the day, you're going to get busy and tied up with other things. And when you email out in the morning, the things that you have to market, probably one of the better times to reach out to people. Then what I had to do was to test. I'm just showing you all what I was doing, right? You would have very different things to do. I had to test. My task list is usually on one computer in Excel. What I did yesterday was transfer it to Google Drive. You all know what that is? So basically on any computer, on any device, I could call up the task list and update it. Everybody there? Yesterday I had to test that, get that done. This is Rakesh. In the morning, he actually is the person who works with me on the building. And so one of the early things I would have had to do was to meet with him to look at and to organize the work that he has to do in the morning. Everybody there? So there is an order to everything that I did here. The other one was I had to reply to the sister. She is somebody who wants to use the masjid. You all there? It was important for me to reply to her because she wants to get her wedding done early next month. You all there? And they need to prepare. And so I had to discuss with the imam, and I had to notify her. I met the imam last night, and then notify her what the situation is. I had to prepare certificates for this particular company, a company called Guardian Holdings Limited, right? And why that was important was because later on in the day, I had to go to them to collect a check. They had to pay me for work done, you all there? So if I want to do that, I have to give them their certificates, collect the check. Somebody wanted to attend a course I'm doing in what they call business modeling. And so I had to send out these things earlier enough on the day. The other thing was I had a problem here. There's a problem with security in Trinidad. I had to make sure my cameras were working, one of them wasn't working. So all of these I would have done in the earlier part of the day. During the later part of the day, well, oh, shucks. I'm supposed to finalize this for Riza, or Riza going to buff me. Right? So I had to finalize the presentation that I was doing today, right, for you all. And I also had to confirm what he wanted for tomorrow, because tomorrow I had to come back here to do something related to project management with you all. right? Then I have to go to the Bahamas to do a lecture. So I have to prepare the documents to send up there, send it by GHL. So why I did this in this order? Because to get the documents to Bahamas, I had to go to a place called Sawa first to drop it off. You all there? And then I had to go to another place called GHL, which is in Port Spain. While there, I had to take the children to get footwear. You all there? The slippers, they didn't have any slippers. And that place was right next door to this GHL place. Everybody with me? So when you're doing your activities, you try to do it. Link them together in a logical order so you could do it. Get multiple things done simultaneously. You all there? So while the wife and the kids went to the mall to get this done, which was right next door, I was by this place, getting my certificates delivered, collecting the check. And then on the way back, I had to stop to this other company called Tucker Energy. And again, I had check to collect, and I had to drop off these certificates. You all there? That was in Port of Spain. You need to plan your route when you're doing things so your day will be what? Efficient. You all there? Then later on in the evening, when I collected these checks, I had some other checks. I had to go where? To the bank to deposit it, and I used the ATM machine, so I didn't have to go to the bank directly. Everybody there? Again, you need to plan for efficiency so everything gets done. And at the same time, I had to take out money to pay for classes. So while I was there one time, I took out the money. You don't go and go back or double route yourself to get things done. This is practical. This is real. Everybody with me? But you have to build it step by step in your life. I'm not telling everybody to go and plan out the day like how I did it here. Right? And I had to get the kids to the masjid later in the evening because they have Arabic classes to do.